a takedown early, he's capable of doing a lot.
Ended up dropping that match by tech fall, but it was a 22-7 defeat, so he was certainly able to score, and Cartagena-Walsh able to get those bonus point wins, including a pin that he had earlier in the season. And he'll look to seize back momentum, avoid that second straight upset for Rutgers.
Yeah, and Perez, he may not look, as the strongest wrestler on paper, but when you get him on the mat, he's capable of so much. He's capable of those fiery attacks. He was a pinner back in the NAIA days. He's still got that in him. So, you can't, it may not look good on paper, but he's still capable of a lot of things on the mat.
Grad transfer dominant at the NAIA level. It's been an adjustment coming to the Big Ten, but you can see why he was so good. And you can see why he's continued to stand out for the Cats since being there.
Got a little bit of a headgear malfunction right there. Referee puts a whistle on it.
For Cartagena-Walsh, the New Jersey native redshirt sophomore, 7-3 in duels this season.
Yeah, and it's good for, Rutgers to keep that in-state talent. I can't stress how important it is. When you're building the wrestling program, can you keep guys in-state? Because that's just what makes the program grow. We see, programs like Penn State, Iowa, Oklahoma, a lot of those guys, in-state guys, and even here at Illinois, Annie Enright, just down the street from Mount Carmel. It's so important to keep recruiting in your state. You got to go get guys that are outside the state, too, to help build that program, but your foundation is built on the guys who have gone to these Northwestern duels, those Rutgers duels growing up. That's what makes the sport special.
For Rutgers, 15 wrestlers from New Jersey on the roster, and it's helped longtime head coach Scott Goodall, his 19th season, 242 dual wins in his career, as experienced as you can get. So far in this one, not as much action early, still no points. And ultimately for Perez, certainly fine to hang around in this one as long as he can against his ranked opponent.
Yeah, and he's a tough, he's got those legs opened up. He's always ready for a big move, and his matches, every match I've watched of Perez is usually pretty exciting. He was so dominant at the NAIA level. Excited to give it a try here in the Big Ten Conference, and the Big Ten's a different beast. There's no other, wrestling stature like it.
And an early takedown there for Cartagena-Walsh, just able to catch Perez a bit off guard, wraps up both legs and seizes, and here he's got a chance for more potentially unless Perez can get an escape.
Yeah, let's see how he does in that top position here. When you got about 30 seconds in the match, you really want to keep that guy down because, in close matches, even 1 point can be the difference. He's got to get a mat return right here. Moves to the edge of the mat. Go off the mat, actually.
Perez to start in bottom position here. 30-second riding time disadvantage. Hung around, but suffered that early takedown, and Cartagena-Walsh looking for more points here before this period wraps up.
He's got a good waist ride right now. Just has to ride him out for a couple more seconds here, and that's a good start to the first period.
Pretty much what you'd expect from the number 14 ranked wrestler, Shane Cartagena-Walsh. JD Perez staying competitive, but you can see it right here, just too much to handle.
Yeah, and he just got to the legs, and Perez wasn't able to really do anything to defend that. Pretty easy takedown there for Cartagena-Walsh as Perez gets to his attack now.
Starting period 2 with more aggressiveness than he did the first, but Cartagena-Walsh capitalizes, gets a takedown back of his own.
Yeah, and a good mat return right there. It was Perez on the attack, just couldn't finish. Cartagena-Walsh takes advantage, and that's why he's ranked the top in the country as he's going to catch and release here.
Perez gets the point for the escape, but certainly a great sequence nonetheless for the ranked wrestler from Rutgers.
Yeah, Cartagena-Walsh is kind of having his way here. You see him, he's really working those ties right now. He's trying to get to a comfortable position, and Perez another attack, but the re-attack there from Cartagena-Walsh, proving he's ready to go.
And the takedowns just keep coming into major decision territory now already. And we'll see if Cartagena-Walsh just lets Perez get an escape here. He will.
Yeah, Perez isn't really giving him much of a choice here. His attacks have been pretty easy, getting both of those legs, as you see right there. Now he's got a little bit of defense. He's trying a big move of his own right there, and he's close. If he can run that, he might get some pack points. Perez in a good position. And just like we said, Perez, he's capable of doing anything right there. A fun move. Gets his own takedown.
Takedown for Perez, and perhaps the strategy backfiring a little bit for Cartagena-Walsh, seeking maybe more points of his own, and ended up working against him. Suddenly it's a 4-point contest.
And that's a spot right there where you got to try to keep him on the mat. Perez, you got 20 seconds to go. That's a position you want to ride out. Even looking at riding time right there, you had a chance to maybe get under that minute.
Now a 5-point advantage for Cartagena-Walsh. Plus he holds the minute 5 riding time edge as that wraps up the second period. Flurry of moves there. It looked like Perez had really responded for a moment, Hayden, but perhaps Cartagena-Walsh is regaining control.
Yeah, and we get a couple of looks at those on those takedowns. Cartagena-Walsh was kind of in a dominant position where Perez didn't have much of, any defense of the attacks, but right here, Cartagena-Walsh got in on a takedown right here again. Perez.
He's got the one leg wrapped up. Might be able to do something with it. Northwestern coach Matt Storniolo runs up to the edge of the mat, calling out to his player.
Get a good stalemate right there. I like that call. Perez got a little bit more attack here. He's, we saw the first couple in the second period where wasn't able to really pursue, but the past two, he's kind of gotten to a leg and extended these takedown opportunities.
Shane Cartagena-Walsh in a good position to come through with this one. The question becomes, can Rutgers get a bonus point out of this and perhaps tie the match up at 4? Riding time nearly secured for him. Perez going for the quick takedown.
He needs a mat return.
And a takedown for Cartagena-Walsh. Back into bonus point territory here. And the riding time advantage only accumulates.
Yeah, Perez hasn't shown much in the bottom position, so if Cartagena-Walsh, he can kind of sit on this one. Just a couple seconds away from locking that up, and he's got it now. You see Coach Goodell in the corner telling him to return. He still wants to see his wrestler wrestle, so.
Perez just trying to keep his stamina up at this point as that one gets too close to the edge of the mat. +8 advantage, adding a 9th with the riding time being secured. Cartagena-Walsh can hold for these last 12 seconds. He will have a major decision victory of his own.
And just like that, back to 0-0. Rutgers got what they wanted in this match. A good win. This was a fun match.
Lots of back and forth, and Perez did not go down without a fight, but ultimately a major decision win for Shane Cartagena-Walsh, tying this one up at 4. And Hayden, if you're Northwestern and